suspect anyone's going to try to do something crazy, but you never know. So,
Come on.
755.
Just you two?
CMC.
Yes, sir.
Room 1.
All right.
Boop. All right, mate.
You gotta readjust yourself there. All right. How you doing, Mr. O'Connor?
I've been better.
Am I correct in saying that you are being discharged today?
Yeah, something like that.
All right, fantastic. I'm going to take just a quick look at you, check your pockets and whatnot, just so you're aware you are currently under arrest, and you're going to be moved down to Mission Row PD for processing. Give me a sec
All right.
here. And how's your, do you know it's Christmas?
Yeah, something. I got the vibe.
Understood. Okay. All right. I'm going to be removing the Groza off your person, the Oxy, the multiple rounds of 7.62, the bullets, the fucking Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. All right. Very, Jesus. All right.
You've seen more.
Honestly, you're the least of my concerns as of late. It's been crazy out there.
Pretty
Okay.
cozy in here.
All right. I'm gonna you want to kind of sit up for me, and I'm gonna go ahead and get these cuffs on you. All right, here we go. All right. So at this time, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do will be used against you in a court of law. Right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you by the state if one is available. You understand your rights as they've been read to you today?
Yeah, I do.
All right, fantastic. I just want to double check with Snoopy here. He wants to do, do you need to do any final, like,
Yeah, I have
things?
to remove him from the ICU. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah. All right, we're going to be moving him out here in about 2 minutes. You guys ready?
All right, now you should be all good.
All right, fantastic.
Mr. O'Connor, if you ever need anything, if you feel worse, just let us know. We'll take a look at you, all right?
All right, will do.
Appreciate you, sir. All right, let's get you rolling.
We stop by a clothing store.
We cannot. Wait, why? Why do you need a clothing store?
I just need to get changed out of this clothes.
I got you. Given the circumstances, probably not the best idea. But I'm sure we can find a way to get you changed. Actually, you know what? We can get you changed over in Mission Row PD. All right.
Great.
He's gonna be moving towards emergency right now.
Ready.
I see some of y'all without weapons out. Is that how you're trained?
I have my baton out just in case.
He said without, not with.
Class ones, please.
The rest of us in the emergency lane have our guns out there.
Awesome, good shit,
You
Brandon.
want to kick that?
Yeah?
Is that what you say? Yeah.
No, I said you what?
Do you want to kick that?
No, I
It's not very Christmassy. You got like Ferrero Rocher or something after 8?
What? There's no season on Kit Kat.
What you? Who the fuck eats a Kit Kat on Christmas Day?
What's wrong with eating a fucking Kit Kat?
Have some Ferrero Rocher or something, bro. Like something a bit
You
more
think you're
seasonal.
fancy.
Some fucking Lindt chocolate or something, bro. Like fucking Kit Kat. What the fuck is this?
Awesome.
Good damn.
God damn, bro.
All right. I'll load him up on who's 030? Is that you, Sparks? I'm gonna throw him in here. All right, I'm gonna be loading up Steve and do 030.
Do I have to go in the blue car? Can it not be another one?
I don't want to.
It's comfy.
Yeah, this is a comfy one. It's
fine.
nice and brand new too. No piss in the back. All right, he's loaded up. Appreciate you guys. We'll just kind of keep your heads on a swivel since this warrant is over some like pretty concerning shit.
Ready to move out when you are, Director.
Hey, from Ventura, you want to be lead car? Easy clap.
3076.
All right.
Ah, 3023 MRPD 195.
All right.
4-8 transition to 1. Have a great
Hey,
rest of
appreciate you
everyone.
guys and Merry Christmas.
7556
I do.
traffic.
All right. You required in turning at this time.
Not at this moment.
All right. Where would you like him, Director?
Let's get him fingerprinted, fresh photograph. Let me see if I can arrange a clothing guy to come through and
Copy.
gotta double check what all this is about as well.
No one uses this door, by the way. Did you know there's a secret room over here on the north side?
Yeah, I've been put in it before.
This one over here.
Wait. This one? Oh, yeah, no, I've held cops up in this room. Yep, down from here. Got shot by a cop in the hallway.
Oh. All right, we're gonna be confiscating his tablet as well for warrant search.
If there is, it's Brian Knight's fault.
If it is, it's Brian Knight's fault. You
Yeah.
think he's hiding things in your possession, sir?
Yep, he did it.
All right,
What would he have done?
I'm gonna just search it myself too and just grab that
saying,
last little piece here.
If there is,
Tablet then, sir.
Yeah,
Brian's possessions have been documented.
beautiful.
All right, sir, have you been
Thank you. Thank
fingerprinted
you.
before?
what'd you say?
Have you been fingerprinted before?
Once or twice.
All right, so you're gonna feel some cold ink here, Mr. O'Connor. All right.
Steven, I'm gonna go and put all this stuff into evidence. I have taken your tablet temporarily. It will be returned to you upon our completion. We'll put it that way.
What'd you take my tablet for?
I'm looking for a faceless chip.
Well, about to.
What the hell is that?
All right, so I'm just going to remove your shackles here. I'm going to give you a little bit of leniency since you did get
Thank
out of the
you.
ICU. Do not abuse the leniency, okay? I'm going to take,
Okay.
I'm going to take a picture for you. Nope, go
Okay.
back to the wall. You could.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Sorry,
I'm going
it's
to take a
been
picture. We're going. No, you're good. You're good. So we're going to take a picture from the front. All right.
Can I get changed first?
Oh.
I'd like if I didn't have a blue top on.
He'd like to get changed, Director.
Why did my profile be updated?
Stand by. Let me see if there's anything we can do. Otherwise, he's gonna have to change in Bolingbrook.
Unfortunately not. Do you have any family or anything that you wanted to go visit?
I thought I did.
I feel that. I really do. well, I'm sure you'll find friends or family or something inside prison.
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely.
There's a surprisingly large amount of people there currently there for some reason.
On Christmas.
Well, sometimes you do the crime, you have to do the time, Mr. O'Connor. Hey, at least you came straight from the hospital to MRPD, right? Like, there was no one robbed you. You didn't get kidnapped for another cash exchange.
What do you mean? Didn't get kidnapped for a cash exchange? Why would I get
Stephen
kidnapped for a cash
O'Connor.
exchange?
I don't know, Mr. O'Connor.
8 days ago.
I wouldn't get kidnapped for a cash exchange.
No, you think they'd stop you?
Think who'd stop me?
Or rather, you think they wouldn't take you?
Absolutely.
What would you do? Just say, "Oh, it's me." They'd recognize you.
Something along those lines. Yeah.
Steven,
What's the
I
crack?
remember you. Okay, so you stated that you didn't want an attorney at this time. Do you want to have a chat with us?
I mean, I will allow a conversation. I can't guarantee many answers.
Okay.
Would you like to be more comfortable for the conversation?
That's up to you. I mean,
Yeah, let's get him into interrogation because we might get some bozos down here that might trigger all of us. So,
All right, Mr. O'Connor, I'm not gonna put cuffs on you, but if you do any fuck shit,
Mhm.
I'm gonna shackle you. Okay?
Okay.
Just follow us. Doors open.
Yep. Just bear with me.
right this way.
This way.
Right this way. Well, I'll take the room in the left-hand side. All right. All right, just go ahead and have a seat. I'm just going to get you cuffed right to the table.
Do you think this will be longer than 5 minutes, Director?
Yeah, it'll be more than 5.
Stand by. I'm gonna change out on my tag.
Okay. All right. Just all right. Hang tight for us. We'll be right back. Let me just double check, make sure all your possessions are taken. And need any food?
No, I'm chilling for now.
All right. Easy. I'm gonna do the same thing. For this interrogation, let me begin by leading, and then I will text you when I want you to start opening up.
Copy, sir.
I'm
gonna check to see if he needs any food or water.
Hey, firm, my firm. Could you send Ruth a email? So long story short, this is involving my stabbing. So ideally, I should not be handling it, but it should be one. It should either be like her or McQuillan. So you can reach out to both of them just in case they want to handle some of this, because I'm going to be touching it rather lightly, but handling it as necessary because, you know, there's what you're going to do. You know what I mean?
Copy.
All right. His gun's rather clean, so that's a good thing. I don't know if
Christmas though.
what's that?
It is Christmas, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, it you know, just as a courtesy, obviously they probably
100%,
can't,
yeah.
but in case they, you know, do.
Who else was I reaching out to outside of Marshall Ruth?
McQuillan and Ruth. Or Aldo or Nakota. Or we would just, I would tag all of them. Hey, we have Steve in custody. Anyone able to, you know, and then just say, you know, tag Aldo, Nakota. Do you wish to come in? Otherwise, we can process. No worries.
All right, they have been reached out through the standard marshal channels.
Beautiful. Okay.
I have a passing relationship with Marshal Nakota and a passing relationship with Marshal Aldo, or Marshal Jackson, but I've never met McQuillan.
Okay.
So it's just easier to do.
Fantastic. Okay. So a couple things I wanted to
Yes,
highlight here. Even though Steve has been cooperative, always do at least a soft cuff. And while I think in a perfect world people would act a certain way, you do not want to take on the risk of him hitting you upside the head, stealing your gun, and then, it turning into a bit of a shit show. So,
understood. Would
yep.
you like me to explain the reason why I did that?
Yeah, please.
It offers because it's artificial leniency, right? Because at the end of the day, if he starts punching me, I'm just gonna pull a less lethal weapon and beat him down, or tase him down. So it gives an artificial set of leniency and an artificial trust, so that he believes that we are, trying to make him feel significantly more comfortable.
Yeah,
I
agree with what you're saying. The problem is because that is something that I personally would love to do. The problem is that we're in Mission Row PD, and while between you, him, and I, we may understand that concept, the problem becomes in the event he got behind one of us and, did a ninjutsu chop, and it turned into a shootout, that's going to be a lot of upset law enforcement officers. And
Copy.
Because it's like a cultural standard, it can be perceived as like negligence on our part.
Understood. Yeah, it's not an issue. I understand why we should be cuffing him and not necessarily shackling him.
Yeah.
I just felt the need to explain.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. And I like that. I think if in a perfect world, we would have our own department that doesn't leak and has like room to move. And I think in such a scenario where we can handle ourselves, I think that would be something I'd be very open to. But I just wanted to let you know that, just in case, like, in future that were to occur, and then you're kind of sitting there with like bodies around you and, people being unnecessarily non-understanding.
Understood. I apologize, sir. It won't happen again.
No, you're good. You're good. Look, if it was very serious, I would have said it in the moment. So, yep. Awesome. All right.
No response yet.
No worries. I think we can kick it off, and then if they end up coming around, we can kind of go from there. Okay. All righty, Mr. O'Connor.
What's correct?
I'm gonna go ahead and kick off the recording here. It is December 25th, 2025, 4:07 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am going to be Director Brian Knight, San Andreas State Marshals, call sign 0495 on the right-hand side.
My name is Skylar Sparks for the San Andreas State Marshals, badge 030.
I'm going to go ahead and read your rights one more time on recording. At this time, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you by the state if one is available. Do you understand your rights as they've been read to you today?
I do.
All right. Fantastic. So there are a number of things I kind of want to, gun through. First, the series of charges, as well as some circumstances I want to pry into. Given the fact that you don't have an attorney, keep in mind that you don't, you can ask for an attorney at any point, at which point the interrogation will end. Pending an attorney. It is Christmas, so I understand the circumstances. Secondly, obviously, if you don't want to answer any of these questions, that is your prerogative. So,
Okay.
with all
There's
that
already
said,
an improvement on the last martial interrogation, to be fair. The last one they started recording with the incorrect date. So this is a step up.
okay,
I'm glad to see the marshal department going in the right direction, Brian.
yeah. What was that circumstance?
It was when I was first caught for these crimes and put on hold in DOC. I got pulled into interrogation by two marshals. Can't remember their names. They started the recording with. It is the whatever date. They said the date was 2 months prior to the actual date. So yeah, I mean it's good you've got those little creases ironed out already.
I see. Was this a long time ago?
This was when I was originally held for these charges. Maybe a month ago.
Oh, I got you. Okay. When you were I think I know what you're talking about. So I'm actually poking into this for the first time. So first and foremost, let me get some of this out of the way. The weapons that you have on your possession at the time of taking you into custody come back to a gang-related shooting with the besties. Your blood is on scene. This gun comes back to it.
Their blood's on scene too. Am I right?
I'm sorry?
I said their blood's on scene too. Am I right?
Their blood is on scene. Yeah.
Type shit.
Yep. With that said, I'm going to give you gang-related. Wait, what the fuck is this? Look at 21609.
Stand by. I have it. Anything specific?
Yeah, look at what I'm highlighting. How, like, but then again, I'm not surprised given this that I'm highlighting. Okay, so I'm going to be charging you gang-related shooting for that. How do you plead to that charge?
Let me guess. If I had to take a guess off your reaction, certain individuals were cut free and not charged with gang-related shooting. Is that why you were questioning that?
No, I'll just be open about it. Someone said that only charge you with this if you're GSR positive, which is brain dead, because how the fuck would you get a reading of GSR if you're serving this post facto? But I'm going to make my own articulation given the fact that you had a gun coming back to the scene, your blood was on scene, given your reaction that you've already made, which would have been irrelevant anyways, but the associated individuals that were apprehended, that's enough probable cause to be pushing gang-related shooting anyways, regardless of whether or not you were GSR positive or
I was
whatnot.
definitely GSR positive.
Okay, easy clap. Let me see. 4948. Okay. Okay, here we go. How do you plead to that charge? It's going to be 125 months. Oh, actually, we'll put that separate. It's going to be 125 months, $25,000 fine.
Guilty.
All right. I'm going to cut you this charge right here. Okay. There you go. All right. The second thing, and I'm just getting all this cursory stuff out of the way. The charge for the possessions is, give me a sec here, apprehension, upgrade that to an incident. Okay. Class 2. Oxy. Okay. And then the charge for the possession of the Class 2 firearm as well as the oxycodone is going to be criminal possession of a Class 2 firearm and second-degree possession of a pharmaceutical drug without authorization, oxycodone. Total comes out to 65 months, $31,000 fine. How do you plead to that?
Guilty.
All right. Here we go. Okay. Let's make sure that's all out of the way. All right. Okay. Processed. Boom, boom. Okay. Easy. So now let's get to sort of the meat and potatoes. Mr. Steven, you have a active martial warrant, which we're going to be serving today. This was activated on the 30th of November, and your apprehension was, I believe, on the 18th, prior to expiry. The charges are for incident 20877, and these are things that your attorney should be able to, get the details of whenever they wish to FOIA the request. The charges come out to 2 times possession of explosives, 1 time criminal possession of a Class 2, 1 time second-degree possession of oxy, 1 time criminal possession of a Class 3, 1 time aiding and abetting an enemy of the state, and then the accomplice charge of 1 time kidnapping of a government employee, 6 times attempted murder of a government employee. The second set of charges are for incident 20958, which is a raid that was conducted with which results in the charge of felony possession with intent to distribute, 1 time possession of stolen identity.
Stolen identity?
Yes. Give me a second. Now, some of these details I'm not going to super dive into, given, I don't want to misspeak. Let me see. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, you had a ID not belonging to you. And upon further examination, yes, you had a stolen ID on your in your apartment.
Any idea whose it was?
I'm aware, but that's something you're going to want to pull from a FOIA.
Oh, come on, just indulge me.
So the reason I can't indulge you is because so there's certain things that I'll bring up here, but given the fact that I am not the one that wrote this warrant, I don't want to be providing information that the investigator might be using to further investigate, right? Or you end up going and murking this person.
I'm not going to murk anybody because it's like my fault for having their ID. I'm just curious, to be honest, because I don't remember
don't
having
put that in there.
anyone's ID.
Okay. So, sorry, say that one more time.
So I'm not going to murk anybody. It's my fault for having someone's ID. I just don't remember having one. That's why I'm curious.
I mean, that tends to happen, right? Like, I mean, I was thinking about this earlier today. People don't really get raided anymore. People don't really face any consequences. And that doesn't mean that things need to be just like falsified to get there, but people have got really baby back and also afraid, I think. Whether it's afraid of work or afraid of the pushback. And so, understandably, I think people tend to leave things, forget about it, because, like, what's the worst that can happen? You can probably murder a cop and get away with it. No one's going to check. But luckily, those times are kind of changing now, so...
Wouldn't say it's that deep, personally. I just forgot there was an ID, to be fair. It's also not something I would have got rid of if I knew I was going to be raided, to be honest. Did you say it was in my apartment? Or do you not know?
I don't know offhand without digging into this, to be honest.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. So look, in an ideal circumstance, the lead investigators would be asking questions, but we're not going to withhold you from sitting in one of these cells for till Christmas ends. So I'm going to ask what I can, and if there's any follow-up questions, we can always tackle those afterwards. I want to ask the most pressing question. What happened to the manor?
I've been in an ICU bed, man. I don't know. Not a clue. I don't know what's going on in the outside world.
You know, gangs are not much different than law enforcement. They don't know how to keep their mouth shut. It's kind of pathetic, really. You know, when I grew up, my adopted parents told me that, whatever's a family matter gets kept within the family. Don't go around spouting that shit around. It just opens the door for neighbors to rumor mill and makes your life miserable, right?
I'd agree.
Bitching about your parents, your brothers, your sisters, right? I mean, there's close friends, but then there's telling anyone that needs to listen.
Yeah, I'd hold the same principles to relationships personally.
Yeah.
Not just family matters.
Mm.
But you know what gets in the way of all that?
Mm.
Egos.
I'd say it's boredom. People live very depressive lives, and they find, I think they find solace in pointing out other people's problems. It's kind of pathetic,
maybe.
really.
Maybe.
So how long have you been working with the Faceless?
Who?
Charlie?
Oh, Charlie. I was buying materials off him about 2 years ago, I think.
Okay. Is
He
there
came back recently.
what's his last name?
Not a clue.
I got you.
I haven't saved on my phone as Charlie Matt's guy.
Charlie Matt's guy. Okay.
Or is it Charlie Joyce? Wait, I can't remember which one. I got a few Charlies.
The Charlie that you go to meetings with at the Escalon building? Going up in Vinewood?
The
That
what
Charlie.
building?
The
estrogen building?
It is actually, you know what? That'd be an appropriate name, to be honest.
Okay.
You've never been there before, Steven?
Not that I'm aware of. Whereabouts is it?
Here, I think I got a photo of you there. Give me a second. Might remind
One
you.
of those parties again. Those ones I've heard whispers about.
You were there on November. Give me a second. You were there the day of the hangar situation. Were you apprehended? Or I was stopped?
Wait, what hangar situation?
Have you not received the video? Have you checked your tablet? It's a video on the top right-hand side.
What do you mean the tablet? Why would my tablet have a video of you being stabbed?
Oh. Okay. You had a text message between yourself and Charlie on November 19th, the day you were held. Do you remember that day? The day we put you on hold?
Vaguely.
Okay. You received a text message about a meeting at 4 p.m. Eastern. After which you attended, alongside many others, a meeting. And then a few hours later, you were placed under arrest. That house you were at That is referred to as the Echelon. Does that ring any bells?
No, what? Say it again.
Echelon?
Estrelon? No, it doesn't ring any bells.
All right. The day you were arrested, with DJ Cooper, Aschez Perez, Ray Romanoff, Nate Karuma, aka Sneaky, Brandon Valentino, etc. Some of these individuals were not caught immediately. In fact, is Benji? Did we release Benji yesterday? No, Benji wasn't involved that day, but
He was released, yes, sir.
What was your relationship in that entire situation?
My relationship in the entire situation.
Yeah, in the situation at Strawberry Gas on the 24th of November.
I was just a foot soldier.
Were you provided any context? Or were you just kind of instructed to do some things?
No, I was just told, this is what you're doing. I said, okay, boss. Yes, sir.
Understood. That lines up. And the boss, was that Brandon Valentino?
Terry Lingston.
It wasn't Terry. Actually, I know for certain it wasn't Terry because I ran into him in his white and color vehicle separately on that same day prior to all of it. Nor do I think Terry has the connections, the brain capacity, let alone availability, given he's barely the fuck around anymore, to have been involved in any of this. So,
Maybe he was overseeing the whole operation.
are you aware that Brandon was involved?
Yes.
What was your understanding of his involvement? And just for context, he quite literally, with his mask off, spoke to me. So, and we also know he got into Ray's vehicle, and you know what I mean? Which I don't know why he evaded, given the fact that he already outed himself. So I don't really know what his plan was with all that, but regardless.
Has he been caught since?
Brandon is a special case. He's got what we call, he doesn't have a statute of limitation. So
Well, has he been caught?
what do you mean?
But you question why he evaded. I'm asking you, has he been caught since?
I think I bumped into him a couple times.
Oh,
So
no.
there may be, I think there's a bit of a misunderstanding here. When you say caught, you imply, has he been put into cuffs and processed? The answer is no. And that is because his situation spans about a year worth of things, and he's very well aware of that. And his situation's going to the docket. So, caught is not
Going to the what? Sorry.
the docket.
Gotcha.
Yes. Yeah. So his situation wouldn't be one where we would, if we had apprehended him that day, sure, but it doesn't really affect the ultimate outcome of us pressing charges. He's kind of a mastermind, so to speak, Has he pointed out the newspaper article that he wrote up? Did he ever mention that to you?
The article he wrote up?
Mhm.
Yes.
Did he ever point out the hidden message?
What hidden message?
Where it spells up 10 steps ahead.
No, I never copped that.
I got you. It was a very interesting one. Did he ever explain what his intent was to you?
No, I don't know. I can't say he has.
Did he ever mention to you that Sparky Kane was named as a weapons supplier and manufacturer on behest of the Faceless? I believe Deagle's. I'd have to check. It's one of the pistols.
Named by who, Brian?
By him during his pretend snitch arc for 6 weeks.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Be similar to your promise to release video recordings of him snitching, right? Any sign of those, or is the AI not finished making them yet?
It's a funny thing you say that, right? Because he has been, and I'll actually tell you exactly. For us to release someone else's reports out to the public requires legislative change, as you can read in Article 19 of the Chronicle. But you see, the marshals put danger away for life. And as a consequence of that, we now need Mr. Denzel to be on board. I mean, it would be a very sad day if the marshals just started releasing reports out to the public. As for Mr. Valentino has been provided an opportunity to give us the authority to release documents with his approval. But he has failed to do so. I mean, has he mentioned providing us access to his chip? Did he ever bring that up?
What's this chip you keep talking about?
It's a chip that he showed us goes into a Pixel tablet, and upon entering a access code, provides us, allows us to open into, I believe it's called OC71 or 63. It's some application, to which it is a menu of information spanning from photographic, like internal photographic information, contracts, all kinds of things. I'm sure you've seen it at some point.
Shit, I might need to have a word, bro. I'm not getting put on to these things. That sounds cool as fuck.
Yeah, yeah. You mentioned, have I released anything, which we can't do legally, things regarding Brandon. It's curious, what makes you interested in that?
Because you told me on the phone it was going to happen, so I was just questioning your word.
Yeah. Well, what's your interest in that? I mean, if you don't know about any of these things.
What do you mean?
I mean, why would it matter, right?
See, Brian, I have an issue. I have a personal issue with people that work with the cops, the marshals, any federal divisions.
So you're telling me,
I always want to know.
So you're telling me you'd have an issue if hypothetically Brandon was working with the cops for 6 weeks?
Yeah.
I don't know if I believe that. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Brandon released an article in the Chronicle. It's very obviously Brandon. He self-admits this. You can see yourself that there was the hidden message of 10 steps ahead. At the time of my stabbing, there was 8 gang leaders, quote unquote. Well, they weren't all gang leaders, but 8 individuals, some of which are leading gangs, who witnessed this, who witnessed and heard the words that he stated. And it's hard for me to believe that they were witness to this and none of that information flowed your way.
I've been a busy man.
And so much so that Brandon has been so outwardly stating that he tried to play the police only to stab me, that it should be apparent that he was providing information that he may have not thought was valuable, which turned out to be valuable. Now, if you truly don't know this, that is shocking to me. And rather forthcomingly, one of the reasons why I'm not too interested in if we hopefully one of these days, we get Denzel to sign this thing. In fact, I'll have a chat with him tonight, right? Because if it's all written up, ready to go, I forgot what the legislation's called, but it's going to let us start putting reports out, like old reports, ones that are out of statute, so the public can be made aware. I'm just a little surprised you don't know. It's hard for me to believe. How do you think I would know these things, right? I know that there was a point in time where the besties and Andre were targeting Frank and Nora as well as Leon Edwards. In fact, I'm very aware of what happened to Leon Edwards. In fact, we tracked the vehicle with his body in it after he was attacked in the Escalon because for some reason, Sparky Kane decided not to put on a fake plate, drove to, Chatterbox's house, after which we witnessed, Andre, who very open about what he does. And ultimately we picked him up from the pier.
Is he dead?
My point here is that very quickly the blame was put on the news folks and Leon Edwards, which is quite impressive because we don't know any of that. Their involvement was next to none. And so I genuinely sit here and wonder, have they gotten you to buy the fabrication? Let me show you something.
Okay.
It's going to take me a minute. This is from like 2 months ago. What is it? Okay, let me let me slide this across the desk here just so you can look at it. Now, I understand that you're not going to admit having seen this thing, know what this is, as you've said thus far, and I don't really expect you to. That'd be insanity. But I believe you know what this is. So I'm just going to describe some things, and you can, I'm not expecting a reaction, but I'm going to point some things out. I believe you know that this access is limited. I believe you have enough knowledge about this system to know that at the top right-hand corner, you probably don't even have that level of clearance. And I think you probably know enough to know that Leon would have never had access to this. And I think you yourself would have known that Frank, Nora, and the news people would never have had this access. So how did the marshals get a hold of this if it wasn't given to us? Now,
It's a compelling argument, Brian.
yeah. Now, that's not all we have. Obviously, this is a very strange song and dance, right? But here's some bits that might help connect the dots. And I've had a very similar conversation with others, and they put up their defensive walls because they're not used to law enforcement being so open with them. In fact, I'd love to be even more open, and hopefully that happens sooner than later. But there has been very few opportunities. If you don't know this already, you can verify this with others. What you and your access have access to is limited to just you. What someone else has access to is a different view. Therefore, if you know when this contract was put out, you would know that that it would have been people that only had access at that point in time. Does that kind of make sense? If there was 5 missions that you were involved in, you know about those 5, but you're not going to know about the other 10. In fact, let me show you one more. And this might close the gap a bit. All right. Let me take that photo back. Slide this other one right over.
This shit looks cool as fuck. What the fuck is this?
Pretty interesting, isn't it?
It is. Who's Tyrant? Welcome back, Tyrant.
Mr. Valentino.
Clearance level 3. That's pretty high.
No, 3 is not high.
Oh. Tired of me. Would I be 1 or 0 if I don't have one? You start at 1, surely, right? Surely I'm 1. Right? Right?
Oh, hold on. Let me move that back. Hold on. I may have given you an older one. Give me a sec. Oh, no, that is correct. Okay. Steve, the reason I'm pointing these things out to you, whether it's today, whether it's a month from now, whether it's the next 2 months, at some point, there's some choices you're going to need to make. San Andreas, these individuals, the faceless, they do provide opportunity. And I think a lot of criminal syndicates have very much benefited from it. Money, power, etc. However, their intentions go well beyond being able to allow people to get by in life. At some stage, they may call upon you to end it all. These principles that you grew up living with, be it snitching, be it being against snitching, being against, being about protecting your block, your immediate friends and family, all of that is not going to matter if you continue to play into their hand. Now, I don't believe that they have told you everything. I don't particularly think you're really all that deep into their network. But as others have, I'm hoping at some point you realize none of this is worth it. You continue to suck on the blue dick and work for Mr. Valentino. Or you decide to be a man that stands on his own. Anyways, do you have any questions for us?
No, not really. I will say, though, I'm not really much fan of blue anymore.
Well, Manor of Blue versus, Brandon and Charlie Blue. I mean,
I'll let you figure that out.
Yeah. I hate to tell you this, Steve, but quite literally the next day, it was the conversation of the town. You know what I mean?
Such as this city, bro. That's such as this city.
It's pretty cringe. Look, we have it in the PD too. That's why marshals don't give access to our shit to everyone else, because most people rather sit around and do you know what General Hospital is?
No.
It's this like TV show that old people watch, and it's like, I don't know, it's like some Downton Abbey. It's like that.
I've heard of it, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm
say
sure
much
in
of a
the UK
watcher.
some people sit around talking about Downton Abbey, but then talk about the actors in it and
Not
what's
from the
going
UK.
on and pick up the tabloids, right?
I'm not from the UK.
What do you mean?
I'm not from the UK. I wouldn't know.
Great Britain, right?
No.
Where are you from?
Ireland.
Which one?
The independent one.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. All right. Good. Good for you. Hey, unknown number. Can you call me back? Thank you. All right. Do you know what a soap opera is?
Yeah.
It's like that, right? Everyone wants to be the extra, right? So, Sparks, do you have any questions for him?
Actually, not particularly. No.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, Steven, how do you plead to the series of I can read these over to you one more time. It is. Hold on. We're going to go through because they're two separate incidents. We'll open up the first one. Sparks, could you assist me with this? If you could open up 36350.
I have it.
Beautiful. I'm going to open up the actual incident. I'm going to read through it just to verify if they match on that one.
Okay. Yep. 20877. I have those charges ready.
All right. Fantastic. Boo, boo, boo. First degree possession. Wait. Oh my God. I got so many fucking tabs open. 1 second. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, okay. There we go. Okay. So the first one is going to be. Why does it keep opening this? Oh, it keeps opening the linked one. I see. All right. Here we go. The first set of charges is going to be second degree or 2 times possession of explosives, 1 time possession of a class 2 firearm, 1 time possession oxy in the second degree, 1 time possession class 3, 1 time aiding and abetting an enemy of the state, 1 time kidnapping of a government employee, 6 times attempted murder of a government employee, 653 months, $1.3478 million, or let me phrase that differently, $1,347,800 fine.
The 1 times kidnapping of government employee and the 6 times attempted murder of government employee are all accomplices there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mr. O'Connor.
That is
All
correct.
the others are principal charges. But yes, Director, those are the correct charges.
Okay.
How would you like to plead to those charges, Mr. O'Connor?
Guilty.
Understood.
I just want to say that, for what it's worth, Steven, it's good to know that there's people on the street that aren't straight baby back pussies. So
Pretty rare these days, Brian.
yeah, motherfuckers like to act like terrorists one day, and then the next day they're acting like what's that lady's name? Gertrude or whatever the fuck, the one from Sweden. You know what I mean?
Greta?
Yeah, her. Fucking
Well, you mean-
terrorists
you mean-
one day, and
you
then
mean
the
what-
next
you-
day they're like, they're like, talking about like constitutional rights, like doing protests. Like, brother, pick your fucking lane. Like,
Shit, let me drive my V8 in peace.
all right. All right, here you go. And the second one, do you want to read that out for him?
Yeah, so for the raid for your properties, as advised by Marshal Ruth, the 2 charges we will be pressing today are 1 times felony possession with intent to distribute and 1 times possession of a stolen identification. Do you have any questions concerning those charges?
Nope.
All right.
How would you like to plead those charges?
Guilty.
Okay. All right. There you go. Go ahead and find him for that one.
I will. So that is before any changes to the time. It's 77 months, and the fine obviously we can adjust, which is $22,900 fine.
Yep. Sorry. How do you plead to those charges?
You pled guilty.
Oh, you did? Okay, easy. And did you build them right?
I just did that right now.
Beautiful. All right. Any other questions for us there, Stephen?
No, I don't think so.
All right.
I look forward to seeing those files released, hopefully.
Hopefully sooner than later.
Release the Valentino files.
Oh, they will. In fact, there's something that should have already been done. We'll go ahead and end the recording here at 4:56 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. Here we go. All right, fantastic. All right, we're gonna cut you loose. All
You're gonna
right,
cut me loose.
you were in 24-hour hold, right? So
Yeah, boss.
plus it's Christmas, and you're not a pussy. So if you
Okay.
if you acted like some of these other dumb fucks who were like, "Yo, my fucking shoes, I need them. I'm sitting out in the cold. I didn't do anything," this would have been very different. So
He needs his possessions director.
we'll do it. We'll bring him up from the side over here.
Perfect.
Yep. Spark, so
Yes, sir.
normally we shouldn't be releasing someone. However, he was in there for a 24-hour hold previously, which goes beyond, I believe, how much time he would have had. But also, I am very much weighing in the fact that he's admitting guilt to these things, which most people don't. So,
Mr. O'Connor, do you need to go back to the hospital?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Just concerned with you limping, that's all.
Yeah, it'll be a while for me to recover fully, I imagine.
keep your eyes on the docket, by the way.
Me?
Yeah, specifically the recent terrorism case.
Who caught terrorism?
What the fuck was his name? Silas. Silas.
He was found guilty of treason
Silas?
and terrorism.
Isn't he a lawyer?
Well, changing career paths, Mr. O'Connor.
Ah. Interesting.
All right, you should be able to get your possessions right over here.
Got my tablet.
We need to you give us permission to take a look at it, see what chips are in there.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, give me a second. No, I mean, it's Christmas. He was already in there for a 24-hour. He's already been fined. He pled guilty. From Brian's POV, like, that's why I made that thing. It's like one day people are terrorists. The next day they're, what's her name? Greta fucking whatever. It's like, bruh.
So, if I already had evidence in the
Brian's
report
always
locker, do I need
going
to move it to, the
to
incident
lean
locker
on.
for that bank trick.
Yeah, just do it yourself. I think there's a way to do
Okay.
it with this thing.
Yeah,
I've never done it before though.
yeah, I'll do it myself. I don't trust things.
Me neither, honestly.
The fact that he pled guilty is a step towards redemption, even though that's not going to happen in a roleplay server, right? But like I said, he already spent a fucking year in there. It's like what, 700? That would have been like 800 divided 800.
I didn't think I'd be having this kind of conversation.
He spent more time. They don't.
You and I have never met, but I assure you my conversations are typically like that.
Good to know.
Okay. All right. There you go.
Thank you.
Yep. All right.
Too late to take you up on that food and drink.
I
Yeah.
got something for you.
Hey yo, fucking hot.
You allergic to anything?
It is hot for me too, bitch.
Thank you.
Very welcome. You have a Merry Christmas, Mr. O'Connor.
You too. You
Yep.
too. I'll see you around.
Yep. Stay safe.
I did not see you, Gerda. You are just a shadow.
So I want to go into some of the details of why I made that decision. And a lot of this is historicity. Genuinely speaking, you know, generally speaking, we have been dealing with assets who have been committing terrorism, and then will, you know, like the example I used, will be like constitutional rights activists all of a sudden, you know?
Right.
And so for me, how I frame that in my mind is as follows. What is our job? Our job is protection of the state, right? Why do we incarcerate? We incarcerate for correction. And in a city where people will blow up cops and do this, that, and the third,
Right.
and then will be constitutional lawyers the next, there's not really any corrective behavior that takes place, right? Acknowledgement of what it is that they did. And so the fact that he may not have outright stated I work with the faceless, which would be an absurd expectation to have, right? Him admitting guilt to such a heavy charge is an exceptional action, right?
Okay.
So, does that make
don't
sense? Feel free to disagree, by the way.
No, I actually don't disagree. I would have done something very similar, if not send him up for maybe like 60 months just for the other incident for the raid.
Yeah.
I think it's lost on some people the reason why we arrest, the idea of the social contract, the reason why we have a penal code, the reason why people are sent to jail. It's the idea of rehabilitation and punishment for the action.
Correct.
And maybe if their recidivism rate is extremely high, giving law enforcement a breather so that when they don't just get out of jail, they immediately steal a car, run into MRPD, and hope they kill a few cops again, you know? So, that being said, if he's going to sit there and plead guilty to aiding and abetting the enemy of the state, he's essentially an enemy of the state himself. There's no other bigger punishment that we could provide that would make those changes.
Yes.
I think the rapport that was built in interrogation, I think the rapport built with letting him go on Christmas, the value to the state and the people of the state, and for the safety of the state is significantly higher than sending him to jail for 700 months.
Exactly that. That would just build further animosity. Not to mention, there is a, we need people to work with us. We need people to feel comfortable trusting us. And which is why we cannot lie, which everything I told him about Brandon is accurate. Those photos I showed were from Brandon's tablet. Now, mind you, had he been a CI and not a fucking faceless asset, conversation would be very different, right? But Steven's never going to become a civilian. He's always going to be a man of the streets, right? But he also does not need to be a terrorist. I don't genuinely believe he knows the full extent of what he's involved in. And if we can move him away from that association, that is the best we can hope for, right? Have you been appraised about their nukes and their chemical agents?
No, sir.
Yeah.
The first interaction or interfacing that I had with anything to do with the faceless was the attack on the observatory.
Yeah, that's
So I'm unfamiliar.
They quite literally wish to like destroy society if things don't work out in their vision. So unfortunately, and you know, I do believe him when he says I was just a foot soldier, because that is what they lean on, right? They have various layers,
right?
And the biggest layer is attracting gangs that trade their service for access to weapons and other such things, but they don't realize to the full extent of what they are truly trading for. So
it's a short-term gift for a long-term goal that would be a mutual self-destruction. So
he did remind me though, we do need to release that file. I actually I'm gonna talk to Blunt. We were gonna unseal Brandon's thing on the fucking on the docket, because why the fuck would we protect someone? He's why protect him? You know what I mean?
what was sealed on the docket?
He's the one that let us apprehend. He quite literally led us to the apprehension of Silas Moreno.
Oh, that's why that docket was sealed.
Yes.
Okay.
And we only sealed it because at the time Brandon was under our protection. He no longer is. In fact,
No,
he
so
quite
why would
literally, there's, so it being on the docket and it being unsealed is pretty, I think, strategically in our, in our benefit.
An argument could be made that at the time he was under our protection and we still should keep to our word there. But what was it that he broke the protection for? What was the actions?
Oh, he's the coordinator of all these terrorist attacks. Well, a good portion of them, including
okay,
what Steve just went in for. So the TLDR is he was pretending to be a snitch to get in with me and Ruth, and gave us access to not just confirming some of the weapons dealers, giving us access, like literally he filled in all the holes that we had that prevented us from reaching probable cause. He filled all the holes in. I don't think he realized he did that. His intention was to kind of like fake snitch, unrealizing he actually full on did. All to get me to put my guard down so he could stab me.
So he gave us the probable cause for a situation, and then he said, "Ha ha, he stab you."
Yes.
Okay.
I don't
Sure, buddy.
think he realized how much he gave us, because keep in mind, for this was ongoing for like 6 weeks, maybe 7 weeks. I don't remember the exact time frame. But initially he wasn't really giving us anything of value because it was like information that we already kind of knew.
Mhm.
And so and I would tell him as much. I'm like, this is useless, right? And not to mention he was wasting a lot of our time. Like we'd be in the middle of an op and he'd be like, we need to meet right now, Brian, please. Like I'm under threat, whatever. Like it was very hard to believe. I didn't believe him. The information was like, you know, for example, there would be an attack. We'd have information about it. And then he'd come and tell us this information that we already kind of had. So it wasn't actionable. But then halfway through this, he started to give us just direct information, including
Merry Christmas,
access
Bubba.
to his tablet, which let us outline like the past like year of faceless attacks. So I flipped it on its head and I said, all right, bet you're fake. All right, well then no problem. I'm going to tell everyone you were snitching, which I think is why the besties have moved away from the faceless, right?
Were they originally, deep seated in there?
Oh yeah. And so that's kind of the angle of attack. It's we cannot take on the faceless. We can't. We don't have the equipment. We don't have any of those things that would like they're too powerful, right? But
Their pockets are deep, right?
Their pockets are deep, their influence is deep, but that's the bit we can tackle them on, is that they still need their soldiers. So erode the soldiers, they no longer have the bite they once did. And
Money only goes so far.
yeah. All right, well, anyways. You see Springfield up north?
I do, yeah. She looks like she's at the observatory.
Jesus Christ. All right. All right. I'm gonna go like relax a bit. That was a long interrogation, and that was a big win for the department. I mean,
Especially for the guilty plea.
oh my God, that's huge.
All right, Director, go